Henrik Dahl is a Danish sociologist and researcher in people's lifestyles. In the 1990s, he was chief of research at the Danish company ACNielsen. In 1997, Henrik Dahl developed his lifestyle model called the Minerva lifestyle model. It is a theoretical segmentation model that places people in certain categories according to their values and their basic personality. The model has two dimensions on the vertical axis. On the left side, west, we have the term pragmatic, and on the right side, east, we have the term idealistic. It also has two dimensions on the horizontal axis, namely modern on the upper part, north, and traditional on the lower part, south. Hereby, we have four different types of values. The model is a model for segmentation, and it divides people into groups where they have identical patterns towards their attitudes to life and especially towards buying behavior. In North and South, we have the opposite values, modern and traditional. By modern, we understand people who are keen on new technology and welcome everything that is new. Whereas the traditional people in the South are opposed to many of the new technologies and often a bit scared of all the new developments that are taking place. They appreciate traditions and good old-fashioned values. Looking at the vertical dimension, we also have opposite values. The east side represents idealism and the west materialism. Idealistic persons care about sustainability and environment. They also care about family and good living conditions. The people who think materialistically appreciate things like expensive cars and houses. They show their success through their purchases. In this division, we get four squares with some common values for those people who in terms of value are placed in the same fields. The four squares and segments are named blue, green, rose, and violet. The grey in the middle is more recent and represents mainly young people who have not yet established patterns of lifestyle. The blue segment, individualism. People in the blue segment put emphasis on achieving results and career. They care about innovation and development. They often have a high to medium education and income. The segment has a predominance of men. Keywords for the blue segment: prestige and career. They think of themselves. Results-oriented. New technology. Individual sports like tennis and golf. The blue businessman prefers to have a Porsche in his garage. The green segment. The green people emphasize self-realization and the ability to change with time. They dissociate from the popular and care about art, culture, and good books. They have a high degree of idealism and care about animal welfare and ecology. They work primarily in the public sector, education, care, and administration, and have a medium income. The segment has a small predominance of women. Keywords: engagement, community-oriented, idealistic, self-realization, interested in culture. The green person prefers to have an environmentally friendly car in the garage, for instance, a Tesla. The rose segment, tradition. The rose people emphasize commitment and ideals. They work for a better world, and in their daily life they care about family friends and relations. Often they involve themselves in associations and clubs, for instance, the Lions Club. Traditions are important to the rose segment, and they are slightly insecure about changes in the environment. They have great interest in health and spiritual values. Education and income are below average, and professionally they work with health and family-related jobs. The segment has a predominance of women. Keywords: tradition, family, concern for local area, fear of technology, domestic chores like needlework. The rose woman prefers to have a small car in her garage, for instance, a VW Polo. The violet segment. The violet people attach importance to everyday practical tasks and are not interested in communities beyond family and friends. The violet person has a national mindset and advocates tradition. Educational level is often craftsmanship, and the violet person often works in the primary industries and crafts. He thinks like the man from the blue segment in terms of materialism and works hard to afford things. Income is at the low end of the spectrum. The violet segment has a predominance of men. Keywords: practitioners, national mindset, often positive towards the royal family, kingdoms, practical training, fear of change, camping or all-inclusive holiday. The violet man prefers to have an older Mercedes in his garage. The grey segment. The grey segment was added to the model several years later. This segment consists of young people who have not yet found their own preferred lifestyle. Entertainment is very important, on the television, on the web, and different social medias. Keywords: media-oriented, perplexity, enjoyment. Application. The Minerva model is relatively simple to use in segmentation and in decision-making about media choices and other decisions related to marketing activities. However, the model is used best in combination with the traditional socio-demographic variables such as age, gender, education, income, family structure, and living conditions, place of residence. Criticism of the model. The model is very simple, and it is important to remember that the characteristics of the four main segments that we have gone through is an expression of extremes. A person can actually be placed between the blue and the violet and thereby be more traditional in mindset than a clear blue.